All right, we are live.
Awesome.
I guess I should share my screen.
Yeah, that would be wise.
There we go. Oh, look, Everpeach is here. Welcome to the stream, Everpeach.
Yo, Myth, yo, Zero.
Hello.
I've kept myself remarkably unspoiled when it comes to this fic, so this
Oh,
will
I'm
be
I don't know
complete.
anything about it.
Apart from Ryle's excerpts, I am completely blind on this one.
So it must be bad considering how the author apparently made it so that unless you have an AO3 account, you can't read it. It certainly says something about the faith they have in their work.
You are indeed first, the Saranath.
Oh yeah, we got Zedef and Saranath, wherever that is.
Okay, I make that
I
mistake
know who
then.
ZF is. Welcome, Mandalore.
Hello, hello, hello.
Are we gonna get
Hello
real
there.
in here as well?
Get who?
Ryle.
Really? They'll never
I have
let
no
him hear you
idea.
say real.
Hey, he's just keeping it real.
God. I don't know. He might wake up. He might not. Dude's in Europe, so.
I thought he was in India.
Look at that graphic depictions of violence.
And major character death.
Why do I doubt that this actually has graphic depictions of violence?
Categories FM and MM.
I'm very much more leery of the miscarriage parts.
The what?
Aren't you looking at the tags? Character death, canon incest, discussion incest.
Well, I
Discussion.
haven't clicked on additional tags yet.
Oh no, you haven't seen it yet. I have the fic
Additional
open.
tags, canon typical violence, character death, canon incest, discussion slavery, discussion rape, discussion miscarriage, off-screen miscarriage.
So none of these things are actually going to happen in the story. They're just being discussed.
Apparently, except for the incest and the character death and the violence.
I'm just astounded that the person managed to make 130,000 words almost in
Also,
4 chapters.
130,000 words,
Almost.
4 chapters.
Oh,
Like,
that's
you should like
30.
pick a stopping
That's over.
point.
That is over 30,000 words a chapter. But I did look at how the chapters are done, and each chapter has.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I guess
don't
you wrote
know.
them all.
So we've got 4 chapters in chapter 1, 4 and 2, 5 and 3, and
That's such a weird way to do things.
it is. We are reading Breaking the Faith by Sadria Wolf.
Breaking the faith. I can get behind that.
Summary.
Oh God, no.
When Jon Snow died a traitor's death for doing the right thing, the Seven had something to say about it.
Oh God.
And a mission only he could complete. Notes. Posting here to allow for ebook creation. If you want to see the art made for the bang, please check out the story post on my site.
There's art.
Lord.
You gotta take us there.
Yeah, I've got to go there.
Maybe
Open
not the
link,
best
a
idea
new
to blindly
tab.
jump into a link if you don't know what kind of art there is if you're streaming it. So let me just take a look.
Did you look? I'm guessing you looked.
I'm
I have
looking at
not.
it right now.
Is it safe?
It's sorry.
Oh look, that's a lot of comments.
It's safe. It's like the fucking chapters have the little headshots of like Jon Snow. And I think this is Sansa.
Okay, this
chapter
one
just looks
specifically
ridiculous for some
because it
reason.
looked amusing to read. from the excerpts that Ryle was sending us on Zero's server. Oh, you're Cetrus. Okay. Hello, Cetrus.
Let's see.
Hello,
those
Monkey
pictures.
Man 4298. Hello, Absol.
Excuse you? He's Black Absol 444.
Yeah, but I know who he is on Discord, so I just called him Absol.
Oh,
Unless he's
alright.
not actually Absol.
Absolutely, Absol. What's up, Absol?
Someone's stealing his name.
Didn't even realize they hid the tags
Can't have
now.
shit in
Must be their
Detroit.
solution to tag bloat.
That reminds
Must
me. I
have
need
been
to
released
update
on
the tags
Wattpad
for
first
Game
or
of
something. I have
Kingdoms.
no idea. We'll find out.
That'd be hilarious.
So the link is safe to look at, you're saying?
I'm gonna assume that is Satrat. Satrat who is begging God that it's not another Australian.
What the hell?
Why does Marjorie look so bad in this?
Why
I
does
don't
John have a
know.
halo?
I didn't realize you could make Marjorie look bad.
Why does John have a halo?
That's a
Does the
good
7 are bringing
question.
back? Art. What is this badly made
This is why I
website?
started fucking laughing.
Casting is
when I
just
saw
canon
this shit.
casting.
I haven't looked too far in, so I don't know what kind of other
Look,
shit
they
might be
misspelled
hidden.
Marjorie.
Art.
Wow, that's very
It's fan fiction. That means
much-
I do this for fun. I don't use the worlds and characters I'm playing with. I don't own the worlds and characters I'm playing with. I'm just using them to explore ideas that are mine. I don't make money off of it, and I don't plan to. Sex is going to happen. Violence is going to happen. So if you aren't at least 18 years old,
How
please
the hell
leave
do you
and
get
come
the
back
colors for
when you
Danny's
are.
Dragons wrong?
Thanks to F Dragon Killer for help with the title.
All right, so here's the.
Yeah, I know I got the colors of Danny's Dragons wrong. No, I do not care. It was done for reasons, and I like it better this way.
What?
Here's a big red flag. I'm a multi-shipper, so there really is no wrong pairing to me. As long as no one is abused and everyone is consenting, I will explore any combination of genders I want to.
Peach.
So,
That argument will only work on 3 of us.
no, but the big part
There
is
is one
don't
person
like it,
here
don't
who
read
will
it.
tell you, and?
No. I'm saying the entire fucking paragraph. The fact that they even have to say that. Like the fact that they go out of their way to put that in, with you kind of take it for granted.
This art was dumb.
Yeah, I thought it would be actual art, but it was just pictures over really bad backgrounds.
Is John going to be an angel in this?
Comments have been turned off. I write feel-good fiction. If you don't like that and want something gritty or whatever, please go somewhere else. I cannot and will not help you.
Will not.
See the end of the work for more notes.
Don't forget that there are actually also comments in her own site for the fix.
Hello, Banana.
I'm sorry, but that I like it better this way. It reminds me of the guy who I just gave up on one of his fictions because he doesn't like that Valyrian steel can cut through armor, so it is now as effective as a regular sword.
Wait. You gave up on somebody's fiction?
Yes.
You?
I'm just pointing it out here. So there aren't actually 4 chapters. It's actually like she takes the chapters and then puts them in like single chapter segments, because chapter 1 is literally called chapters 1 through 4.
Yeah, I already pointed that out.
I completely did not hear you, so I will take credit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Imagine not hearing
Too
that.
bad no one else pointed this out.
They went to a lot of effort to say nearly nothing with that art page. You're right. Chapter 1, chapters 1 through 4. Chapter 1, John 1, For the Watch. Whittlesticks and Marsh's words rattled in John's ears as he collapsed into the snow. Warmth fled his body with more than all due haste. However, rather than getting darker as he had heard so many men describe dying at this point, everything got brighter.
You know, I'd also like to point
There's no
something out in the description.
punctuation here. It's all one sentence.
In the description, it says for doing the right thing. Technically, the Watch did not assassinate John until he gave up and was going to break his oath. They let the wildlings through and everything. It was when he was going to break his oath and interfere in the affairs of the realm.
That you would know that if you read the books.
I started looking at some of her other fics, and she has like she has so many other weird fucking fics, but one of them is a Tony Stark Hawkeye pairing.
Oh God.
Yeah, let's stay away from that. I'm not committing to reading all of this person's fics.
Yet.
No, I'm not committing to it.
Yet.
Dude, if he commits to it, he's going to get committed. You know,
The light burned and blinded him.
He's probably regretting that I talked him into reading all of Radiant Arabian Nights fics.
You didn't
I thought
talk
that was
me
Noah.
into it. I willingly did that to myself.
Even worse.
Aragon X Twilight.
Then it cleared. He was sitting safe and warm in the Lord Commander's solar, in his solar, and it was full of people.
Oh God, no.
Welcome, son. A man that was definitely not Lord Eddard Stark greeted him. He had silver blonde hair and deep purple eyes. He was clearly a warrior, clearly a knight. Tall and lean and more beautiful than even Jaime Lannister.
Yes, beautiful.
I'd just like to
Who
point
are
out-
you? Then, remembering he had to be dead and that this
Yeah.
had to be an apparition, who are you pretending to be? Rhaegar Targaryen, your father. This is his second lawfully wedded wife and your mother, Lyanna Stark.
Wow. Okay.
A young slip of a girl settled on the arm of Rhaegar's couch. She had a wild beauty to her and the kind of smile that made you want to smile with her. She had Uncle Benjen's joyfully dancing quicksilver eyes as well, marking her clearly as a Stark.
What?
My son, she greeted him warmly. No, John denied it. Denied them. No, Eddard Stark is my father.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Come on, Snow. Rob dropped gracelessly into the chair next to him. Why else would Ned Stark refuse to tell you a truth you had more than earned? Unless the timing was dangerous. Like having to talk about Rhaegar Targaryen's sole surviving son, where King Robert, who would have killed you for not being his own son, might have heard.
Can I just break in? I don't know much about Game of Thrones, but would fucking Rob ever call Jon Snow?
Yep.
He would call him
Yes.
Jon. Seriously? I thought
Nope,
they
he
had a
calls
good
him Snow.
relationship.
No, they have a good
They
relationship.
They have a good relationship, and he uses Snow affectionately,
Okay.
just like John calls him Stark.
Okay. As I said, I don't know too much about Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Now, if it was Theon, it would be used derisively.
If it was Theon, he'd already have a broken nose.
No, this isn't Rising Sun, John. He's not that badass.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
You see a lot with fics like this and Naruto and Harry Potter. Although Naruto is the most egregious example because like it doesn't make sense at all, along with Harry Potter. But yeah, I think it's like some kind of out for the writers to give themselves, to kind of either place the blame for all the bad shit that happened to a character, or just to conveniently bash the people who have been taking care of the main character. What is your guys' take on it?
I mean, it's pretty obviously a thing.
Yeah, but like Noah's like,
Now, when you
what
say
is
taking
it
care
with
of-
the trope? So he's like asking for an actual explanation.
Wait, who asked?
Noah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, wait. I hadn't looked at the comments.
When you say taking care of, do you mean like the Dursleys are taking care of Harry?
This
no,
is a
That's
more
comment
not
you were
bashing.
reading.
Those people were horrible.
Oh, did I just accidentally pin that? No, I wasn't talking about like the Dursley specifically. In Harry Potter, it's usually used to bash Harry's parents, saying they've been alive the entire time, and they didn't take care of him or some shit like that. Because it's usually the wrong
There
boy
are
who lived
some
fix.
fics that can do that well, but generally, no, that's a horrible thing.
Yeah, usually it's the wrong boy who lived fic. There's someone talking about it in one of the channels earlier, actually. But and stuff like Naruto, it's just so that they can pair Naruto with his mom. Not even fucking kidding. That's literally the only reason.
Oh, yeah, and they bash Minato.
Yeah, bash Minato.
Man, Kushina looks hot.
Oh no, I'm not denying that, but
Definitely not denying that.
Naruto is honestly the insert for the reader.
All right, let's get back to reading.
Yep.
No, Ned. Father was honorable. You are talking about treason. He would never do that. It is unbelievable.
What? The entire putting Robert on the throne was technically treason.
Yes, Stannis drawled from his place over by the window. About as believable about the great Ned Stark betting a whore after he was wed to another woman. Why is one type of betrayal more believable than the other? John.
Why is Stannis there?
I don't
dead.
know.
I think these are all the dead people.
He's dead.
Is Robert gonna be there?
No,
Giving Rhaegar a hug?
John, Lyanna addressed him. Ned Stark found his sister Lyanna in a bed of blood.
What?
Yes, I know.
Why is she?
Why? Ned
a great
found
story.
Lyanna in childbed. The blood was from the delivery. The septas that attended her had ensured she would not survive the
God, I
birth.
just realized what this is. It's the Seven talking to him.
It's
Yeah,
the
you just
what?
They
realize that?
murdered her and would have murdered you too had Ned not arrived when he had.
Absolutely, you realize by saying much better, we now know your actual identity. I mean, not that I can do anything with it, but it's...
Poor Noah, flaking on the start of the stream.
Oh man, if only that wasn't so fucking predictable.
You are not Lyanna, he said, rather belatedly noting her use of pronouns. She had said her, not me. I am the mother. Her voice had a faint echo to it. She was glowing ever so faintly. How had he not noticed that? I can only appear to mortals as their mother. I do not worship you, he declared. I will not. I am not asking you to, she snorted.
What? The faith of the Seven specifically bans other religions.
Gods exist whether you believe in them or not, John. Rhaegar tipped his head to one side. Or should I call you Aegon Targaryen, the 7th of his name? Okay, for 1, using show name. For 2, this doesn't get added until someone becomes king.
No, I'm thinking, couldn't
Because there were a lot more than 6 Targaryens in the Targaryen family. Or 6 Aegons in the Targaryen family.
Were there even 6 Aegons that were king, or is she counting?
So there were only 5 Aegons that were king. The 6th is who they are thinking of as the 6th is Aegon, the son of Rhaegar and Elia.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. Of course they are.
But yeah, the number of your name of his name doesn't get added on until someone is crowned king.
I think this
He
is
shook
show
his head.
only.
Huh?
I think this is show only. Otherwise, why would Stannis be there? Because he's still alive in the books.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is show.
Yep.
Although
Except-
it didn't say anything about Ollie up here.
Except, why then would Rhaegar look like a warrior? In the show, he looked almost exactly like Viserys.
But
because they think that he looks like a warrior and they don't know what an actual warrior looks like.
But also here, it doesn't say anything about Ollie stabbing him.
Oh,
Of
this
course,
is a
because
feel-good
Ollie
story.
didn't stab him in this one, because that would be bad.
Maybe they don't want Ollie to die.
He shook his head vehemently. John, please. Rhaegar inclined his head. You are the father. Can only appear to me as my father. John guessed. Correct. He turned to Robb, who was now leaning slightly against his side, and raised an eyebrow. It triggered a sense of memory of his brother at his side, warm and safe. He wanted to sink into the familiarity of it, but he could not. He would not. The warrior, not Robb, introduced himself. That bag of ill wind over there is the smith.
Why would Robb be the warrior?
Whispering Woods,
Yeah.
Oxcross.
Except John
Robb.
wasn't there for any of that.
But he heard about it through letters.
Yes, but that doesn't change your impression of someone. When you meet up with them, you're still going to think of them as the person they were when you were with them.
Oh yeah, I'm not arguing against that, but
For John, a warrior would probably appear as Jamie or Jory or Roderick.
or someone from the Watch, like Corin Halfhand or Benjen, or
Tormund.
I don't think he's friendly with Tormund at this point.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
Yeah, remember after
Oh,
he got
yeah.
stabbed, hell, the first thing Tormund did when he got resurrected was hug him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But has he gotten resurrected yet?
No, this is just after his death, which means Tormund is at Castle Black.
No, he's not. He's through the wall. He has.
Well, through the wall. Yeah.
Remember, they have to break it back into Castle Black after this.
Stannis took his hand off
Remember
his
that.
chin long enough to wave absently at him. The fixer of broken things, like this full realm if it had gone any different. Sansa would be the maiden, John guessed. Old Nan the crone, Robb agreed. Arya the stranger. Outcast, wanderer to far places, the face of death. Okay, I can see him associating Sansa with the maiden. And even Old Nan with the crone. But
Yeah,
no.
Why isn't the stranger just some random person that he never met? Like someone he knows of but has never seen. it would make much more sense. Like it'd be Daenerys or something.
She is in Bravos, did you know? Training to be a faceless man. That broke John's heart. Arya, his little sister, his favorite sibling, a faceless man. An assassin. What a terrible life that must be.
Sounds badass.
What? I left for a bit. Why would Sansa be the maiden? If they're going off, you know.
Not after no, fuck what, not after Ramsay she isn't.
Oh
Not even after Ramsay.
God.
Remember, John heard of her marrying Tyrion.
Oh, yeah, that is
Yeah, I mean that is a point.
didn't they never consummate though, or did they?
He wouldn't know that.
Yeah, like no one but Tyrion and Sansa would actually know that. Why are you here with me? You are not my gods. I do not serve you or your faith. I am nothing to you. That could not be farther from the truth, Rhaegar disagreed. You are everything to us. We do not want you to serve our faith, John, Lyanna added. We want you to break it.
What?
What? I mean, I'm not, it's not really a surprise considering the title, but what?
What kind of god wants their faith broken?
Well, I mean, you can make an argument that like this shit, like Noah's flood and stuff, but no, honestly, I don't think that this makes any sense.
The only thing that has to do with Noah is flaking, okay?
That is a good point. Imagine if he flaked from getting on the ark.
The clergy have become corrupt. They have aligned themselves with the Citadel to the detriment of the realm. Together, they work to quash all magic. Stannis looked at him sharply.
Wait.
I will be back. I'm gonna go get some leftover pie.
What are
I'm
you
sorry,
saying?
But the Sevens, one of their major tenets is magic is wrong.
Yeah. Do you think we would have made magic? That your gods would even allow humans to have magic if it was not supposed to be in your hands? If it was not for your use? Magic has grown so weak in this realm that the entire planet is out of balance. This bloody wall will come down with the dead hungry and waiting on the other side. If we do not stop it, the realms of men will all be lost.
Before you go any farther, I do have to compliment you. This was a great idea. I'm enjoying this. Some funny shit here.
It is.
God.
Can we stop it? John asked, feeling like a child, hopeless and lost in the dark. The very thought of the wall coming down.
What?
We?
Wait.
Rhaegar shook his head. You.
Oh, never mind. This isn't the book.
Me? You have the skill and the will, Robb said, straight to the point. And the bloodline. We have the power. We are going to send you back into your life, but not to the moment you left, Lyanna told him. We have agreed that you can make the most changes to the realm while King Robert is in Winterfell. So we are placing you there a few days before.
He's going to kill Robert and become king within a matter of chapter.
Honestly, I'll admit, this is kind of intriguing.
It doesn't make a lick of sense, but it's actually kind of fun to read.
I mean, it'd be terrible if I was reading it alone. But it's certainly fun to make fun of.
We will also provide you 7 changes, 1 from
Okay.
each of us. The
Oh,
crone
God,
is
no.
providing you with knowledge, as is her wont, Stannis told him, so that you may know the truth of what happened the first time in order to prevent the terrible circumstances from coming to pass this
Well,
time.
they've given him foreknowledge of everything.
But know the more successful you are, the sooner the knowledge she gives you will lose all worth. Be vigilant.
Well, at least the knowledge doesn't renew.
Somehow I do not think I am going back to the wall, John said glumly, the size of this task settling on his shoulders. Saving the 7 kingdoms? Destroying the faith? It was huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Terrifying. He had just died. He had just been murdered for doing the right thing. Did he not deserve arrest? Stannis carried on, ignoring him. The stranger is sending Ghost back with you and making him understand his change of circumstances to preserve his sanity. I think that counts as 2, 3 with your warg bond remaining intact. But I have been outvoted. Your sister, Sansa, provided you a helpmate, Lyanna said. The most beautiful of maidens, intelligent and vicious, worthy of your trust and strong enough to bear the weight of your tasks at your side. You will know her when you see her.
Ooh.
3 guesses who that's going to be, and the first 2 don't count.
Actually, I mean, they said I was gonna say Brienne, but then there's intelligence and
I mean, intelligent, vicious, it can only be Cersei.
beautiful.
And then remember the pairing is John Marjorie.
Oh, okay.
But also remember that this person is a fan of multi. And not regular multi. She wants to explore all the options.
What the hell does this Sansa have to do with this?
I don't know. The fact that Sansa is supposed to be the maiden.
Yep, not using the name of the gods. They're just going to keep the names of the people that they're posing as.
Yep.
Because that makes sense.
John wanted to roll his eyes, but he refrained.
Also,
The one thing he had wanted his entire life was a mother. His mother.
You
He
my
was not
mommy?
going to disrespect her now.
oh God.
Are you my mommy?
Also, they just gave a woman as a gift.
Yep,
Yep.
they did.
Women are objects, proven by the story.
Yep.
I am putting Stannis Baratheon and Tywin Lannister into King Robert's party this time around.
What?
Who is speaking here?
We will never know. Oh wait, no, Rhaegar.
I'm sorry, but
Stannis' shout of 2 was completely ignored as Rhaegar carried on.
okay, first of all, if the gods have this much power, they could just wipe the others from existence with one of those wishes.
Yeah,
Probably that
Well,
convenient
what's the
non-interference thing.
What?
and I am going to
Non-interference.
make them amenable towards you. They are 2 of the most powerful lords in the realm. You will be able to make all manner of changes with them on your side.
Oh God. No. Oh.
Uh-huh.
That's not even amusing.
I was interested until it started with the random changes to make things easier.
Yeah.
And again, The story literally said in the note that it didn't care about making things tough.
Yep, it's
Right.
a feel good story.
4, Stannis spluttered in outrage. I will not change them, mind, but they are fathers that love their children with all they are. I will give you an opening, lad. Use it well.
What?
Yeah, I don't know either.
Are they talking about Stannis and Tywin?
Yeah, Stannis and Tywin.
The most cold men in the kingdoms.
I'll give Stannis loved his daughter, but since this is the show, he also burned her alive.
Yeah.
Whereas in the book, he would have slapped whoever said
He would have killed Melisandre for even suggesting it.
Yeah. But Tywin?
I mean, he does care for Jaime and Cersei.
I'll give you Jaime.
Yeah, Jaime.
They're more like assets to him than no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said sorta. But
yeah. He's more concerned with how they'll make him look and how they impact his legacy than anything else.
When you are rotting in the ground, the Lannister name will be all that's left.
I have not decided what my change will be, Rob admitted, carefree and easy.
What?
I'm going to use it strategically, depending on how bad you muck it all up, Snow. Snow Dragon.
Snow
What?
Dragon?
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. That's worse than Dragon Wolf.
At least Dragon Wolf, I can see the peasants and the nobles naming him.
Lyanna will not tell anyone what her change is. But considering who she truly is, that is probably a good thing. It will likely be more personal than you would like. And Stannis keeps nagging us about learning to count, which means he is going to give you more favors than all of us combined, probably. Stannis the Smith huffed indignantly, but did not naysay his brother, the warrior. Fixing broken things is my job.
I know exactly what the maiden's giving him.
The maiden already gave him something.
Oh, mother.
Yeah.
Oh, Marjorie.
Yeah, the maiden gave him Marjorie.
Yeah.
The mother is going to give him his mommy.
Nope. A cock worthy of a king.
Oh, God. And kill that raven bastard before you go too far from the wall, Stannis ordered, as the side of the room started to ripple away from him. The hoarding, misleading twat.
What? Huh?
He's saying that the three-eyed crow lost his way.
Yeah. But what did he give him?
Nothing.
He's going to give more than all of us combined. Didn't naysay. Then just tells him to kill the raven bastard.
Look, he's probably going to give him a super Valyrian steel sword, which
That's
is
superior
better than
to even dragon steels.
Yeah. Because he's the smith.
I don't know what to say to this.
John! Bran's weight landing on his chest woke him abruptly. John!
Woke him abruptly. Bran is what now? 9, 10?
And not crippled.
Yeah, and not crippled.
His weight landing on John's chest should not just wake him, it should bruise a rib or crack a rib.
John groaned and pushed the demented squirrel, pretending to be his little brother, off of him chest.
You know what? A description: demented squirrel.
That's a good description for Zero.
Oh. Dude, your phone notifications are weird.
What?
I had to copy that into my fiction room
It needed it.
and into dumpster fires.
Oh god.
Brand's direwolf,
That
Summer,
is
was
not
bouncing
a-
around the
that-
bed
no.
too, looking like a fool of a bunny with his ears up like that.
Absolutely. Have you never heard of Dragon Wolf? It's pretty common. Now, Snow Dragon's a new one.
Very much so, yes.
I can't say I'm very fond of it.
The father will give him super sperm. Any woman it touches is impregnated, even if it is just a maid changing dirty sheets.
Gotta make the 8.
Thank you for that one.
Summer? When had Bran named his direwolf
Nope,
that?
nope, you missed something. Remember, you only got to off his chest.
No, I read.
No, he already read that.
Okay.
Yeah. When had Bran named his direwolf that? It had to be after he woke up from his fall. But John had already been at the wall by then. He definitely had not named him yet. Probably. He scruffed Summer and pulled the pup into his lap. Have you named this fellow yet? No, Bran settled down with a disgruntled frown. Nothing fits. I wish he was white like Ghost. Then I could name him Sword of the Morning. John laughed before he could think better of it. That was a terrible name. Wow, John.
What a dick.
Way to shut down your little brother's dreams.
Could have.
Like how he comes back to being alive, sees Bran, and just continues acting like
Just
everything
rolls
is
with
normal.
it.
Yeah,
Like,
when
no-
he thinks Bran is dead.
Yeah.
He thinks that Theon killed Bran.
Like there is no like tearful, confusing to Bran embrace that like I'm so happy to see you. Like it's just, oh, Bran's here. Okay.
There's not even any internal turmoil written out. I could get John controlling himself, and no, not show John.
So John would go back in time, and every line
He'd
of
go
his would
back
be
in time.
something-
I don't want it.
I was got to say that.
You are my queen.
You're my queen. Stop it.
I don't want it. I never have.
That's what he
I mean-
said to the gods.
Book John would have at 100% gone for it. Book John had ambition.
Oh, Book John is 100 times better than any version of Show John.
Mine.
What would you name him then? Bran challenged, pulling his pup out of John's arms. Well, John thought about it. Did it matter if his siblings gave their wolves the same names? Probably not, but he did not have any better ideas, so Summer. Old Nan calls you a sweet summer child, does she not? And Lady Stark would say you were a sweet child. That leaves Summer for this fellow.
That is such a horrible. Oh my god.
That reasoning. Sweet summer child is an extremely common thing.
Also, anyone remember the reason that he called him Summer?
It's been too long since I read the book.
When he woke up from his coma, he got the name. It's because after he met with the crow. No, after he saw the crow.
It's after he saw the crow.
And I think the reasoning was, although winter may last a long time, summer always comes again.
Yeah, winter is coming, but summer is also coming.
Which has a nice profound meaning for someone who just woke up from a coma.
Yeah.
Not
this is not a good reason.
But sweet summer child, though.
No.
And he has yellow in the gray of his fur, like sunlight on summer snows.
Yeah, see?
Could he use that for reasoning? For John?
Like that is better reasoning than what he already gave.
Bran has a better reasoning.
Yeah, Bran had better reasoning in canon.
Oh, that was John talking right there with the fur.
Yeah, it's still John talking here. Bran hummed, and John knew he was thinking about it. No son of Ned Stark would take anyone else's suggestion without thinking it over thoroughly for themselves. Not even when the person making the suggestion was another son of Ned Stark. It would likely be weeks before Bran rendered his decision. Let me know what you decide. John ruffled Bran's hair. Now get out of here and bathe. If you present yourself to the king covered in muck, Lady Stark will have all our hides. Bran bounced some more as he and Summer left the bed. Mayhap Sir Barristan will come. Mayhap he will show me how to joust. He is the best in the realm. No one could teach me more. Bran. He caught his brother's wrist because he suddenly knew why Bran had fallen from the first keep. The knowledge the crone had promised him was starting to settle on his mind faster as he got used to receiving the information. He thanked the crone for the knowledge. He might not worship her, but it was only polite to thank someone for a gift.
Why the hell isn't he worshiping her at this point? Like, what the hell? I mean, I can understand doubting Thomas, but...
Which one of you is, like, moving an entire building?
I think that might be Myth. I'm not
sure. It was Mandalore, wasn't it?
No, it's not coming from me.
I had to move something.
Bruh.
Knowledge of Jaime and Cersei Lannister's many crimes were certainly a gift.
Many crimes? Cersei, certainly. How many crimes did Jaime commit?
He's the Kingslayer, therefore he is a criminal of the highest order.
He pushed Bran out of a tower.
Here he.
That's about it.
Pretty bad.
Oh, John would be furious about pushing Bran out of the tower.
I would like to push Bran out of a tower.
So would I.
It's like a rite of passage.
He's one of my least favorite characters.
Even in the books.
Yeah.
Bran the wheelie, legs no feely.
John,
and he's
Bran asked, uncertain. John released him. Do not climb Winterfell. Not while the king and his company are here. Bran pulled a face. Mother already made me swear. Bran. John was not fooled. That statement about his mother was not compliance. the whole time. 3 days from the king's arrival for Winterfell, John relented. But stay off the first keep the entire time, Bran. I mean it. Fine, Bran whined. John huffed but pushed him toward the door.
This
All
is a
right,
horrible
go.
way to stop him. He knows the exact day Bran fell. Just
Yeah,
stay
but-
with Bran that day doing...
He can change though.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the author just had Bran's legs get fucked some
No.
other way.
No,
I've seen that happen.
The way you
This is
said
a
that.
feel-good story, remember?
He desperately did not want Bran paralyzed again. He would take the joyful, energetic boy Bran was, regardless of how much work he was to manage, over the strange, remote raven he had become any day. John has no knowledge of this.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I'm confused now.
Remember? They gave him knowledge.
They gave him knowledge of
They
all
gave
seasons?
him knowledge up to the point of his death.
No, they apparently they gave him knowledge for the future as well.
Yep.
Why not?
He now knows how to kill the Night King.
Have
Yeah, just
Arya
make a
do an
super leap.
insane jump from nowhere.
Yeah.
Look, maybe she's strong here, just like she was in Rising Sun. We'll see.
Oh, God.
No, so here's the thing. They said they gave him knowledge, so the author could have a backdoor whenever they wrote themselves in a corner, like in terms
said
of
backdoor.
John not knowing shit.
He said backdoor.
Yes. I, for
Preferably
one,
for
do not
all
have the
of their
mind
days.
of a 13-year-old most of the time.
The king's party was much larger this time around than it had been in John's original life. But it had to be. From where he was standing behind several rows of Stark retainers, he could see Lord Stannis and Lord Tywin. The increase in the host was explained by their presence and attendant retinues.
I'd like to say, them being there is horrible on a political and kingdom level.
Yeah,
This is now 3 lords, Lord Paramounts, and the king.
well, Stannis isn't a Lord Paramount.
Well, an heir.
Yeah,
And
Renly is the Lord Paramount of
yeah.
the Stormlands.
Okay, 2 Lord Paramounts, a king, and one of the
But
heirs of the king.
Isn't Stannis on
Regardless
the small council?
Of any of that, there's no way Tywin Lannister would accompany the king to invite someone else to be hand.
Mm-mm.
Isn't Stannis on the small council at this time?
Yeah,
'Cause
he's
it's like-
master of ships.
Yep.
So that's still pretty fucking important.
Hell, no, Sir Barristan isn't on the council.
He's like head
Yeah,
of the
he
King-
is.
head of the King's
As
Guard.
Lord Commander of the King's Guard.
Nope, he doesn't have a place. Remember, Robert made sure that he didn't after the war.
I mean, that
Ah.
does make sense. Like, why would you have him be on your have a prominent place on the council after he fought against you? Especially since you can't remove him from power. I don't think.
The only way Lord Tywin would go to the north is to set it on fire.
And even then, it wouldn't work because it's too fucking wet with snow to actually catch fire.
Are you trying to be funny?
Or to try
No,
and
I'm just
arrange a
stating
betrothal
fact.
between Sansa to remove her from the options for being the next queen. I could see that happening.
Well, it
That
really
I
depends
can
on
see him
whether
doing that.
it depends on whether the author wanks Tywin and really likes him, or wants him to get punished for something he did in the show.
Well, no,
or the books.
Tywin and Stannis are there to help Jon. They were the gift given by the father.
I think he means within any fic, if depends on whether you like Tywin or hate him.
Yeah, and specifically this fic, because I was gone for a little bit making tea.
Yeah, the reason that they are there is because they're both fathers who apparently love their children with everything they are.
And that will apparently let Jon
I'm
get
sorry,
into good
Tywin.
places.
And so they are there to make things easier for Jon as long as he can earn their trust, which they've made it easier for them, more amenable to trusting Jon.
But he also has to earn their trust through their children.
Tywin fucking hates, like, I don't know if it's just all his most of his kids, or just fucking Tyrion.
He hates Tyrion.
Yeah.
Cersei, he sees as a foolish child that thinks she's smart, and Jaime is a disappointing heir.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid.
I wonder if Jaime had Tyrion's brain and all of his brawn, then he might have the perfect child.
Yeah. Like if Tyrion was not a dwarf, Tyrion would be Tywin's perfect heir.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Why does he say that Stannis? I'm reading back. Why the hell does he say that Stannis is one of the two most powerful lords in the realm? Well, two of the most powerful.
He is. He's on the High Council.
Yeah, he is master of ships on the small council. So,
but doesn't Robert like constantly screw him over? So
he does, yeah.
Robert constantly screws him over, but that doesn't make him any less powerful for the rest of the realm.
That's right.
Sir Barristan rode side by side with the king. That was new and unexpected, but perhaps it should not have been. More armsmen around the king would make a smart Kingsguard more wary, and Sir Barristan was the Lord Commander of the Kingsguard. It was his job to be smart and wary.
What? Not how I would describe Sir Barristan.
You can describe things? Oh. Careful.
Jon avoided the welcome feast, same as the last time. He did not need Lady Stark to tell him to make himself scarce this time, though she had made sure to do it anyway. He let Lord Tyrion lecture him on the matter of bastards and armor once again. It was a good speech and sound advice that he had never quite had the time for it to internalize in his last life. It was hard to be resentful about being thought a bastard now that he was back in Winterfell with all of his family alive and well around him. He was grateful for the chance to do it all again after all the ways he had failed his family last time, despite the new, more dangerous ways he could fail that now laid before him. There was something strange with Lord Tyrion, though. "What is that on your hip?" he asked. Tyrion stopped walking away and turned back to him. He fiddled with the rough-hewn black hilt on his belt for a moment. "Dragonglass," the imp said, pulling the stone dagger out and holding it up to the light. "Fascinating substance. I was reading a treatise on the uses of dragonglass in the making of Valyrian steel. It was just a theory, mind you, but I ordered a crate from Dragonstone to explore it myself." "It is beautiful," Jon admitted as Tyrion handed him the dagger. He had always thought so, but the wall had been lacking in men to share such an opinion with. Well, other than Sam. "It is," Tyrion confirmed. "I intend to travel to Dragonstone when the time allows. The entire keep is built of dragonglass and covered in carved dragons. I expect it to be breathtaking." "I have heard stories about dragonglass," Jon told him. They say it can kill the others and their white minions.
What?
What's up?
When did John learn about this?
I mean, he knows about it due to experience. But
I think I see what's going on here.
Tyrion is one of his other gifts, is what I'm thinking.
Do not attempt to understand the mind of madness, Zero.
No, this is pretty easy to understand. The writers, what he or she is doing is, he says, I have heard stories about Dragonglass because insert reasoning why, which is he knows about it, but he doesn't want to say it out loud. But the writer doesn't actually say that he knows about it and doesn't want to say it out loud.
Yeah.
This is him trying to be subtle.
It's vague. I've heard stories about it, but he's not going to say where he's heard the stories from or anything. He's fishing for for someone to confirm or deny it, is what he's doing.
And why is he doing? Why is he running that past Tyrion?
Tyrion is a book guy.
Because Tyrion has the Dragonglass dagger.
He is Bookman.
Bookman
Tyrion.
He has a Dragonglass handle.
He just handed him a Dragonglass dagger.
I think Dylan is dead. I think Mandalore is dead.
Did you miss this part?
I think he's had an aneurysm from
Mandalore, did you miss this part?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. You can get the link to the story, but you can't read this unless you have an AO3 account. Unless you go to her website. I don't know her website.
And they've restricted AO3 accounts. When did that start happening?
It's more like this story.
I've got a few extra invites.
No, when did they start restricting accounts to happen to have an invite?
I mean, there's always been a wait list for invites.
Not when I made mine.
When I made mine,
the wait list would have been was probably pretty short. So I made mine way back in like 2014, and there was a wait list.
You're old.
I love how Mitch just casually says he made his AO3 account in 2014, and AO3 is still in fucking beta even now. Like, what the hell?
I'm embarrassed for the reason I made an AO3 account.
Oh, was it to leave kudos on Rising Sun?
No.
Smut?
Yes. Mega Matt.
Oh, God.
I didn't think he restricted any of his stories.
He started leaving the smut out on fanfiction.net because they were starting to take things down.
Yeah, that didn't seem to last that long.
Wait.
Either that or no one gives a fucking shit nowadays.
He took smut out. He didn't have any stories if he took smut out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I remember he made I read a chapter that said he was migrating to AO3, so I decided to make an AO3.
Follow Megamat.
Yes, I said I was embarrassed.
That's not embarrassed. I'm disappointed in you.
I'm disappointed in myself.
I think it's our job to disappoint Mandalore.
Zero. The cat's out
And
of the bag
Grumpkins and
tonight.
Snarks too, I imagine. Lord Tyrion rolled his eyes. John was not deterred by his doubting Southern attitude.
Deterred?
You better keep it close if you plan to go any closer to the wall. My father beheaded a deserter from the Night's Watch not long ago. The Night Watch. Not even the Night's Watch anymore.
What?
It's been demoted.
It's just the Night Watch now.
Well,
It's
it's
been
long
demoted. It
night,
only watches
singular.
one night.
All right, so
He claimed to have seen a White Walker and walking dead in the lands beyond the wall. At Tyrion's skeptical look, Jon just handed him back the dagger. It would not do to find out he was right with no way to defend yourself, would it? Quite right, Tyrion agreed as he took it. Jon! Uncle Benjen dismounted his horse and hugged Jon all in a rush.
What experience allowed Jon to find out Dragonglass did that? The only time he killed another was with sword.
Sam.
He has future knowledge, and Sam the Slayer.
Sam the Slayer.
he chose the path of perpetual torment.
What?
You heard him.
I did not hear him.
It's a fucking Doom reference, man.
I didn't hear you, so how would I know?
Imagine playing
I
Doom.
thought you heard me. You were just really fucking confused by what I said.
No,
It
you
wouldn't be
mumbled
the
that.
first time.
Are you mumbling?
Me?
Yeah.
You
Probably just my mic
mumbled.
thing. No, it's probably my mic being weird.
Yeah, blame it on your mic.
Excuse me.
Truly glad to see his only uncle alive and well.
What?
He knows his parentage now. Unless he's still in the mindset that Ned is his father. I
would still be in that
I can
mindset.
forgive it.
I can't. Not after everything else.
Jon clapped him on the back enthusiastically. Gods, it has been too long. How are you? Jon glanced around when Benjen pulled back to answer him. Lord Tyrion was gone. Good. His uncle took a deep breath as he too looked around. Rode all day. Did not want to leave you alone with the Lannisters. Why are you not at the feast? Lady Stark's orders, he admitted. She thought the royal family would be insulted to see. A bastard? Benjen scoffed. They brought Stannis Baratheon. Half of his household knights are bastards. One would assume he prefers them. Since when?
I guess just off the fact that Davos was raised to such a high position, they assume that he raised others.
Davos isn't a bastard, though.
Yes, but he's a peasant.
He's just a lowborn.
So they probably assume same thing.
Lowborn and bastard is not the same.
I know
It is
that.
now. It is now, buddy.
It is now.
Jon rolled his eyes. Aye, but unless my lord father speaks up, no one argues with Lady Stark. Uncle Benjen very carefully did not roll his eyes. But Jon was well enough aware of Benjen's opinion of the southern wife that had been forced on his brother to be amused about his reaction anyway, and he laughed.
Oh, it's a cat. It's a Thundercunt bashing fic.
Hell yeah. Nobody
I mean,
likes
of course.
I mean, it's not hard to bash her.
It's not hard to bash any character.
True, but she makes it a bit easier.
Well, you were always welcome at the Wall. No bastard was ever refused a seat there. I'm sorry, wasn't Benjen trying to persuade him to not go to the Wall?
Shut up now.
Yep, he definitely was.
Not in this fic.
Except he also told him there was a place for him there. But
yeah, there was a place for him there, but he wanted him to go out and see the world first.
Yep, wanted him to make the
learn what
acres.
he would be missing, have a few bastards of his own.
Did he actually say that, or are you making it up?
No, I'm making that
No, I
part
think
up.
he actually said that.
Did he?
No, but that would be an amazing fucking line to put in a fic at some point.
No, I'm pretty sure he said it.
I'll have to open it, go find my book, and see at some point.
Gosh, I've never read Game of Thrones because I had the option to buy a 3-in-1 copy of Lord of the Rings. So,
I have a mega folder with all of A Song of Ice and Fire in it. I've sent it out to multiple places.
yeah, you haven't sent it to me, and also I still have my copy of Lord of the Rings right here. It's in my hands as I speak.
There are no
dog-eared to hell and
feasts there
back.
either, John countered.
Nobody likes Lord of the Rings.
fucking
But a
love
bastard
Rings.
can rise as high as Lord Commander in the Watch. I can think of 3 that have off the top of my head. What's a feast to that? John nodded. It would be an honor to join the Night's Watch. To join you on a great ranging beyond the wall. To lead the watch. I want something for my life. To make it something, he admitted. But I do not know if I will find it at the wall. The wall will always be there, Uncle Benjamin comforted him. You have time to figure out what you want, but I look forward to Lord Commander Jon Snow joining the ranks of Lord Commanders Waters, Rivers, and Hill. There have been no northern bastards in the Watch? John frowned. He could not believe that. He could not possibly have been the first. Not a single Stark bastard? In the Watch, yes. As Lord Commander, no. Only legitimate Starks have made Lord Commander. I bet you could break that streak. Mayhap, John agreed. I have time yet.
Well, that's definitely not canon.
What? Sorry, I was reading about hobbits. I opened my book of Lord of the Rings.
The fact Benjen is saying that there has never been a Snow as Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
Oh yeah. Also, Riol is in the chat right now. Riol.
Yes, I do see it. I do see Ryal in the chat.
Let's see Riol.
Hello,
I
Ryal.
sent him a link.
And yet I do not. If I do not get in there, Ned will take my head for dereliction of duty and treason, Benjen joked. He is no doubt ready to be rescued from his royal guests, John agreed. He watched his uncle leave him for the keep. He was not sure what to do with himself now. He did not want to keep company with anyone in particular. At least he did not want to keep the company of anyone alive. He eyed the door that led toward the crypts. He could go down and visit his mother's crypt, view his own crypt, see his true name and parentage carved in unchanging stone. What?
I don't know. That is confusing.
What?
I'm so
The
lost.
hell?
Does he knows he's not a bastard, so he thinks that he would get his body entombed in the start. What?
This still doesn't make fucking sense because he isn't dead right now.
Even then, it doesn't make sense because he's a Targaryen.
There are so many ways this doesn't make sense.
It's impressive.
I feel
It's
like that one
legitimately
fucking
impressive
scene.
how many ways that doesn't make sense.
What's up, Noah?
Yes, Noah, you are correct that he was the 998th Lord Commander. And there should be at least one snow among them.
I mean, we know there have been bastard Lord Commanders, so I definitely think there should have at least been a snow.
Oh yeah. Maybe not a Stark snow.
Even then.
But even then, the odds are small for it not to have happened.
Yeah.
But I'm still so confused. Not that he did not trust the word of the seven, but they were not his gods. And doing them a favor was no guarantee of their honesty.
I'm sorry. These are the only gods he has now had proof exist, right?
Yep.
Yes. I think I understand where you're going.
Yep.
I don't.
Let's give you a few minutes to, come to terms with that nugget of information.
He needed to see it for himself, to verify his identity before he sank too deep into his new role. How is going to the crypts gonna verify his identity? I don't understand.
He's gonna uncover Mummy's buggy.
He's gonna find a dragon egg or some shit.
I'm thinking
have
about
his
the
way with
boons the
Diana's
gods
corpse.
gave him, and they all suck.
Oh, okay.
Not that he could go back or just not do his best on the mission the Seven had given him, but he needed to know. Once he did, mayhap his recurring dream of the Kings of Winter waking to tell him how he did not belong would cease. John blew out a hopeless breath. The dreams would probably not stop regardless. It was a nice thought, though. He did not see Lord Tyrion again until the end of breakfast the next day. He approached John where he was seated with his uncle Benjen at the far end of one of the low tables, as far as he could get from the high table. Bastard, Tywin's Bane greeted. Dwarf, John returned. Tyrion gave him a small smile and pulled out a folded leather pouch. He handed it to John. John opened the pouch and pulled out 3 shards of dragon glass. One was as long as his arm from elbow to fingers and as thick as his hand.
That would be very heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd still be able. You can still carry it, but yeah, it'd be heavy.
He's pulling it out like it's some thing he's getting it from a pocket.
Tyrion is pulling it out.
Tyrion's carrying it. Never mind. And
Yeah.
he's taking it from a pouch that he's been. Does he have a bag of holding?
Yes.
And it's 3 shards. One of them as long as John's arm from elbow to fingers and as thick as his hand.
That's a ridiculous.
Look, he's very powerful, okay? He's very, yeah.
He's Tyrion. He does flips in the middle of battle because George thought that dwarves were insanely acrobatic because of Yoda.
Muscle, I think they're using video game logic where people can just like reach out their pocket and pull out a fucking shield or some shit.
Right.
Soda.
Please take this item. You have received the mighty superpowered item of insert.
It's
Please
like
take
they
this item.
reach
You
out their
have
pocket and then
received
they
a
hold their
gigantic
hand out and
statue of
just
the
this
god.
big ass thing appears in their hand.
What is this? A gift from one bastard to another. It is a capital G gift. It means it's a very important gift.
Of course.
My thanks, John said honestly, relief coiling in his gut. It was not Valyrian steel by any means, but it was almost as good. I know just the man to turn them into proper daggers, and he could train himself to dual wield it with a broadsword, he would bet. Mandalore, is a broadsword an appropriate weapon to dual wield with?
No.
I'm sorry.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but dual wielding isn't really a thing you should do with any weapon.
You're wrong.
Well, any weapon that's like long, like a broadsword, but I don't think it was really used in medieval combat, or at least
their
it wasn't
entire
used.
manual is devoted to dual wielding. But
Yeah,
no,
but
you
like
generally didn't do it on the battlefield.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, like battlefield dual wielding. Because
it was generally more useful to use a shield. But
yeah, because a shield.
no,
would keep you alive.
broadswords are not something you would generally dual wield.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But you're the weapons expert here, so I asked you just in case.
Then again, for all I know, when he said broadsword, he could mean a freaking falchion, or he could be meaning a great sword because he has no idea what the hell he's talking about.
A falchion can be one-handed.
We're talking about dual wielding, though.
Yes, sir, I know. That's why I said falchion, as in you could dual wield falchions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking to Peach, not you.
Oh.
I know, and I was.
He's still saying it's not dual wielding.
So I was saying that a medieval, like, if we're looking at this from a medieval standpoint, it would be.
This isn't medieval.
No, I'm saying like the broadsword. It wouldn't be they're saying a broadsword. It wouldn't be a falchion because they'd be saying something. Oh, this is like.
I mean, they're saying broadsword because it's a piece of metal that's broad, not because it's medieval.
No, but usually when someone says the word broadsword, that's what they think, like a medieval sword.
Oh, this isn't Earth.
I know, but I'm talking about the author's point of view.
Even George doesn't use actual medieval tactics and weaponry as it was in real life. So to be honest,
obviously doesn't. I mean, like, have you seen the battle like of Winterfell, the Long Night?
That's not.
To
George.
Be fair,
that was
input.
George had nothing to do with that.
I'm absolutely. Are you sure he didn't have
the books,
some
dude.
input?
No, like George R. R. Martin stopped having input in Game of Thrones years before it ended.
Noah's right. Go with the twos Wayhanders.
Go with twos Vyhanders.
I mean, the Mountain might be able to do that.
Just like make your Dark Souls character in Game of Thrones.
Mayhap you can introduce me to your man. I plan to visit the wall while I am so close, and I would not want the North to think I did not take seriously their advice in regards to my safety. I can take you to him right now if you like, John offered. Lead the way.
This is not Tyrion.
Nope.
This is worse than season 8 Tyrion.
It was luncheon. It was luncheon before John escaped Tyrion and the blacksmith stonecarver duo. No one had ever discussed it, but he was certain everyone knew, or at least understood, the depth of the relationship between the blacksmith Micken and his partner, the stonecarver Conan.
What?
Oh no.
Gay. In case you didn't know.
Their relationship was protected in this way, with silence, because no one ever mentioned it to Lady Stark or her Septon Shale.
Yep.
I love how the gods didn't actually mention that the faith were perverting their views on sex. So that means the gods do support that view in this. Oh.
It's so fucking
That deserves
stupid.
a quote.
Oh yeah, it does.
The king was at luncheon even though he had not been at breakfast, but the queen and Sir Jamie were nowhere to be found. John did not have to think about it to know what they were doing.
Yep.
They're little tiny horny honeys.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's on you, buddy.
Yep, that's entirely on you. Level up, dude.
Imagine sucking at trying to rickroll people. I mean,
Lord Stannis. John possibly took his life in his hands to seize this possible chance. Snow. Stannis focused on him entirely. I know the North does not offer such beauty as Dragonstone or Storm's End, but I thought you might enjoy the view from the top of the first keep. You can see the mountains and fields over the northern wall. They say a sharp-eyed man can see the wall on a clear day, though I never have. That's actually not a bad plan.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm suitably impressed here.
And then they run it 2 sentences later.
Very well,
Ooh,
Stannis stood. I would accompany you, Sir Barristan interjected. I have a day of leisure and little enough to fill it. You would be welcome, John assured him, hoping really hard that Jaime and Cersei were where he expected them to be and doing what he expected them to be doing. At Lord Commander Barristan's glance, Lord Tywin rose as well and silently joined them.
Oh God, no.
Why?
I like this.
Why?
I was wrong. They ruined it.
This is gonna be great.
It's like,
The
had a
reaction.
good plan. Why is he joining?
It's for the reaction.
Why is he going?
It's like that fucking the fucking video where it's like the Halo cosplayer going through the convention and like other Halo cosplayers start following him. That's pretty much the scene. Just random people fucking showing up and following him.
For fuck's sake.
They have no reason.
John took a deep breath and hoped they would assume it was the nerves of a baseborn in the company of such high lords, and no more than that. He led them silently from the great keep across almost all of Winterfell to the first keep. He was not naturally the chatty sort. Neither were Lord Stannis nor Lord Tywin. So it was a silent endeavor. He wondered idly if the two lords realized how similar they were. No drinking, no smiling, great strategic minds, intensely loyal to their families.
I win drinks.
Yeah.
Not really.
He
had a
doesn't
cup there.
overindulge, but he does drink.
Yeah, but
No,
not
it's-
with peasants and bastards.
oh no, absolutely not.
But he's not talking about drinking with
But-
peasants and bastards.
I don't think John would know whether Tywin drank or not.
He knows everything now. He even knows shit from a possible future that hasn't even happened when he was alive.
Yeah. We keep underestimating him, and that's only gonna backfire on us. You're right. He wondered if trying to foster friendship between them would be a good idea for the realm, or merely a fool's folly. But what he hoped they would find in the keep would either unite the men or tear them, and possibly the realm, permanently asunder, so he gave up his pondering as a bad job. Only the old gods and the new knew how this was going to
Wait.
work out.
Is he going to take all those people to catch Jamie and Cersei?
Yep.
Yeah,
Just realized that.
I haven't been paying much attention at the moment.
so I
I
realized
noticed.
that as soon as he proposed the plan.
I wasn't paying much attention, to be honest.
I don't think you're paying any attention.
Noah wants to make some popcorn.
Dude, can I
The
have
next
some?
scene should be juicy.
That's one way to put it.
Runex. Hello, Runex. I'll
Oh,
get
I
the
have-
beer. Clearly, I'm too sober for this.
Damn, I have some mead in here somewhere, but I don't have a glass from which to drink it.
Drink it out of the bottle.
What do you?
Hell no, I'm not a degenerate.
What?
Or
No,
at least I'm
you're
not
in
that
SGO. I
degenerate.
don't want to
Okay,
hear it.
I'm not that degenerate, okay? I have standards. Drinking out of the bottle crosses that line.
I mean, if I had alcohol, I would drink it out of the bottle.
Yeah, but it's mead. It should be savored and drunk slowly. Well,
it
like
slowly
You
Slowly
can
from
drink
the bottle.
slowly out of a bottle.
You never
Yeah.
drank slowly from a bottle before?
I've drunk from a bottle before back in college. Okay.
You ever had a bottle?
I used Rakia to wash my mouth out like Listerine at one point when I didn't have toothpaste.
Wow.
It's a Serbian liquor. It's fucking great.
Surprised Robert hasn't shown up yet. Was the author drunk when he wrote this?
She and probably not. No,
I want to know if she's Australian.
Probably.
I haven't been able to ascertain that information. Let me do another deep dive.
Ghost joined them in the first courtyard, but no one objected. Not that John had expected them to, but they were Southerners, and their thinking would always be a mystery to him.
What?
Ghost led them as they made their way around and round up the stairs within the first keep.
Round and round up the stairs.
They were nearing the top when Ghost signaled that he had heard something, and John stopped. "Did you hear that?" he asked softly. All three men with him tensed, hands going to their sword belts. Lord Tywin looked sharply at the door on his left. Whatever he had heard made him flush scarlet to match his doublet, pull out his sword, and kick down the door. His roar of rage nearly drowned out
What the
Stannis'
fuck?
vehement denial. John and Sir Barristan rushed in to see the source of their fury.
I'm sorry. I just remember when Mandalore was saying, "What the fuck?" I thought that was an actual line. I'm flashing back to fucking Dumbledore and My Immortal. What the fuck are you doing, you motherfuckers?
John had an idea of what to expect, but seeing Jaime on his knees behind the queen with her dress rucked up was still a shock. Seeing Lord Lannister's sword lodged into the queen's
What?
chest was even more of a shock.
What?
Oh.
What?
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 What the fuck? Why the hell did he just kill Tywin?
No, Tywin just killed Cersei.
No.
Look, man, look below it.
Then Lord Commander Barristan's sword cleanly removed Lord Tywin.
Imagine everyone just fucking dies here in the thick of Stannis just kills
Cleanly
fucking
removed
Jon
Lord
and
Tywin's
Jon
head from his shoulders for the crime of harming the queen. And for a moment, Jon did not know what to think. Oh my
Oh God, below it.
Fuck. What
The
the hell?
rattling exhale of life fleeing Cersei's body was a familiar enough sound that Jon immediately regained himself. She collapsed, falling off Jaime's still wet cock and removing any possible doubt about their activities.
What the fuck? This went 0 from 100 so fucking fast. I mean, from 0 to 100. Fuck.
Well, that's
Why the hell did fucking Barristan kill Tywin for killing Cersei? He would have been in shock at the fact that the queen was cheating on her.
Oh my god.
This was great.
I can honestly say I was not
Fucking
expecting
Stannis. I'm expecting Stannis to just like tackle Barristan out of the window and they both die on falling.
Yeah, this whole segment needs to go in.
Sir Barristan shouted and turned on his sworn brother, but Jon threw himself between the men. No! He held up a hand and ghost-barreled Sir Barristan's sword arm away from them. Sir Jaime must answer to the king's justice.
Can I just add in half of the? I think it was the father. Half of his fucking gift is useless now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my god, that was...
Yo, the shit that Ryle reads, man.
Fucking stupid. Yeah, like, Ryle, how the hell do you find this? Like, this shit is hidden.
Oh my God. That makes Tyrion Lord of.
Yep, he's already Lord of Casterly Rock.
So Tywin didn't just have himself killed. He had salt rubbed in that wound. Oh my God.
What the fuck?
That's a special kind of.
That's what is the only two, or were there like 3 people who died just now?
Cersei and Tywin just died, and Jaime's gonna die once Robert hears.
He'll declare a trial by combat, though.
But why the fuck?
And Jon's gonna be the champion of the crown, and is gonna cleanly remove Jaime's head from his shoulders.
Yeah, but why the fuck did Barristan kill Tywin? Isn't
Because he killed the queen.
But what the hell? You think he would have stopped for a second and just like, huh? You know,
No.
Fucking going on.
Barristan's actions are entirely... I 100% see him reacting like that, regardless of what's going on.
Oh yeah.
It's Tywin impaling his daughter, like stabbing his daughter like that I don't see happening.
Yeah,
He roared in rage.
Immediately fucking killing his daughter.
Yeah.
I feel like Tywin would be more likely to kill anyone else who witnessed it and cover it up.
Yeah, Tywin would have seen what was going on, closed his eyes, and then cut down everyone around him to prevent the secret from getting out.
I want you to imagine this scene. What's his name? Charles Dance? The actor who played Tywin.
Yeah, Charles Dance.
Yeah.
Turning red, just completely fire truck red. Roaring in absolute rage. Kicking down the door. Rushing in and stabbing Cersei in the chest.
No, it wasn't in the first keep. It was in the first tower. It was the one that Bran found them in canon.
Oh my God.
That's how Jon knew what they were gonna find.
And that backfired on him.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
He lost half of the father's gift to him.
What's the best part is Barristan is the one who wanted Tywin to come.
Yeah.
And then he just kills him. It's unknown why Barristan even signaled Tywin to come anyway.
Maybe that was
It
his
is
plan
like-
to kill
Yeah,
Tywin.
elaborate fucking murder plot by Barristan.
Oh my god.
This is great.
The lad has the right of it. Lord Stannis shook hold of Sir Barristan's bracer, pulling his sword further away from Jon. Only King Robert has the right to judge him. Sir Barristan did not have the ears to hear them. He just stared numbly at Sir Jaime like he had never seen such a monster. Also, this is another one of Jaime's crimes. I'm pretty sure cuckolding the king is a crime.
It's treason.
Yeah, but I mean, incest is also pretty high up there. But wait until you see that the Seven actually do endorse incest because people just got the message wrong.
I'm imagining when it says "never seen such a monster," he's staring at the wet cock.
Perhaps the royal children should be cloistered until the king has had his say, Jon offered, taking Sir Barristan's sword from him since he clearly was not going to put it away on his own.
It sounded like
What the hell did I just hear?
Like, fucking exploded. So as soon as their mind got blown by how stupid this fucking story is.
Randall, was that you?
No.
Yeah, who the fuck was that then?
That was Mick.
What was me?
Did you hear like something exploding?
No.
Like a boom.
If he didn't hear it, it was probably him.
Huh.
Did you sigh real loudly?
I coughed.
Ah.
This cough destroyed the fabric of the universe. That must be it.
Quite right, Stannis agreed and thumped Sir Barristan on his shoulder to get his attention. Snow will guard the door. I will gather King Robert and Lord Stark in the Great Hall for judgment. Sir Barristan, you need to see the royal children gathered and guarded. They should not learn their mother and grandfather's fates from anyone but the king. We will need men to carry them to the Great Hall, Jon offered, perhaps with cloth or two to obscure them.
You know what I'm tempted to write now? Just a single chapter fic of Jon going back in time, trying to do all these plots, and just everyone in the King's Party and the entirety of Winterfell dies because of it.
That would be fucking hilarious. Like he just accidentally sets off this massive bloodbath.
The only one left is Sir Barristan standing in the center with his bloody sword.
Oh, I'm surrounded by his fear and dead men.
Yeah.
I will send knights of my own house, Lord Stannis promised. Then he turned to Jaime. You will remain at my side and silent until everyone is gathered. Sir Jaime sneered at them all, but did not argue. When he got close enough, Sir Barristan took his sword and belt dagger for himself. You will not be needing these. Jon carefully laid Sir Barristan's sword on a bench within the room. Sir Barristan had not done any more than his duty, but it was still evidence of a killing, just as Lord Tywin's sword was. He followed the two older men out of the room. Under their watchful eyes, Jon secured the door and leaned on it to guard with Ghost at his side. Lord Stannis nodded to him and led Lord Commander Barristan and Sir Jaime back down the stairs.
Oh God, I just figured it out. This is the fic where Jon becomes... No, it's not. No, it's not.
What? No, finish your thought.
Don't finish your thought. Don't spoil. Don't potentially spoil. Do not finish your thought.
Well, I don't think Mandalore's read this, has he?
Don't listen to him.
No.
He lies.
Then it's an educated guess. Like we're all.
He has not read it, but Ryle has put excerpts in Zero's server.
Real.
And I don't want Mandalore to spoil potential things for the rest of the listeners.
Good point.
A good
Charles
point.
Coffin Dance.
Lord Stannis nodded to him and led Lord Commander Barristan and Sir Jaime back down the stairs. John let out a breath. His gamble had worked.
What?
Both better and worse than he had expected.
Yes, I'm going to fucking shit, like, remove one of the gifts the father left me. You know, yeah. It's like the fucking, you know.
I mean, on the one hand, he just removed the most powerful man in Westeros from the playing board.
On the other hand, I mean, it's like the risk I took was calculated, but man, I'm bad at math. Like, that's literally fucking John in this pick.
That is exact. The risk I took was calculated. Too bad I failed math.
Let me just fix this up really quick.
There goes all of his future knowledge within an hour.
Oh yeah, nothing's gonna be the same.
Knowledge, okay? Yeah, he has knowledge. He probably will know everything despite having
his only foreknowledge at this point is the White Walkers coming and Dany coming, if he even knows about Dany.
And Jaime also.
He doesn't know about Dany.
I don't think Jaime managed to come, Zero.
Hey, it said it was wet.
That was from Cersei.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
No, he has not heard about Dany yet. He has not met his queen.
I like Aster's comment. John threw himself between the men.
Yes.
Here's a better version of the meme in your channel, Myth.
Yes.
Oh God. Now you should have added big anime tears to John's eyes.
Okay, let me get on that. Give me a few minutes. Continue reading.
Like that cursed image I made of Arya.
Did you see the
Oh
image
God.
a while back? With the fucking dragon each shedding a tear.
However, all of this played out, nothing would ever be the same. Ghost leaned on his thigh and gave him sympathetic eyes. John desperately hoped King Robert did not decide to take Sansa as his bride.
Oh.
Oh
What?
God. Ugh.
What?
I mean, he does want the Stark.
He wants to unite the bloodline.
So, I hate to say this, but he's more likely to take Arya
Yep,
Oh God.
I was gonna
because
say that.
Arya looks like Lyanna.
And then John kills Robert. And the killing spree.
No, somehow
continues.
he fucking gets Robert killed by Ned when they walk in a room or something.
Gets Robert killed by Ned, and then Sir Barristan kills Ned.
All right.
That's how he takes that little entire royal
Ned
family.
lore.
He has other people kill them, and then Sir Barristan kills the killers, so no one can connect it to John. Oh.
My reaction exactly, Noah, and exactly what I said.
I'm not. Let me do something, Everpeach.
Please do. You probably actually have Photoshop.
Yeah, send me the original one where it had John on it without the tears.
Give me a second.
1. Okay, the second's over.
Fuck you, Zero.
It would not make sense. She had not yet flowered and could not yet provide him an heir, but he was not sure that it would matter to the king. She was a Stark, And Robert Baratheon had wanted a Stark woman in his bed for more than 20 years.
Good Lord. Remember, this woman believes in every pairing.
Ugh.
Every hole's a goal.
Oh God.
I didn't know
It's
Shiro
like a
the First
dude.
was
It's
here.
like a dude on an MMO told me once. If there's grass on the field, you can play ball.
Zero, you said every hole's a goal. I didn't know Shiro the First was here.
Oh, God.
No. Now talk about a crazy fic.
I wasn't even quoting that.
You did unintentionally.
What can I say? I've met some really messed up people in my life.
It was not long before he heard men stomping their way up the stairs. Sir Roland Storm nodded to John when he and a half dozen of Lord Stannis' other men reached him. He kept a remarkably clear, calm face when John opened the door, allowing them to see the bodies inside. And John liked him just a little more than he had. They had not spoken much over the course of the king's visit. They might both be bastards, but Sir Roland was a knight, and John was nothing other than a boy hated by his father's wife. The difference in their ranks would have been enough to make John mindlessly jealous when he was actually the age he had appeared. Sir Roland, of course, had to expect that and had accordingly kept his distance. Still, they had crossed swords in the practice yard more than once, and all up, John liked what he knew of the other baseborn.
I gotta say, these time travel fics where they have them immediately be able to use their body is ridiculous.
Yeah. Muscle memory
was
is a
there
thing.
even any comment that like anyone noticed that John is suddenly much better?
I mean,
Oh my God,
No.
man, you're so cool.
he should be much worse. He's shorter, he's weaker, he's slower, and he's not used
But he has
to
more
that.
experience, so he should be at least be able to predict what they do. Not saying specifically that he can beat them, but
Yeah, he would be able to predict them better, read their body movement better, but his own movements would be so out of sync with what he's trying to do that he'd be worse.
I'm not sure how bad it would be. Probably a few days practice would at least make him passable, right?
No.
Weak.
They made quick work of loading the bodies onto the two
Thank you,
stretchers
Peach.
Stannis had
I'm
sent
going
with
to
his
modify
men.
this.
Go ahead, make my day.
They already know the things I created for Rising Sun.
They did not remove the sword from Cersei's body, but they did fix her skirts. Tywin's head went on his stretcher, and they covered them both with blankets. What is the meaning of this?
Should I give him a magnificent beard?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
this isn't Rising Sun.
I don't care.
Never said he doesn't have a beard. He's a
Yeah,
smooth little
this
bitch boy.
is beginning of show John.
This
He
is
doesn't even
femboy
have the
John
bad
right now,
beard that
alright?
he had at the end of season 8.
I'm betting that
He's still a
the
femboy.
writer
Yeah,
is
he doesn't have a
envisioning
beard.
him with a beard.
Fine.
I'll put a diaper on him.
What is the meaning of this?
It's only a
King
face.
Robert was
What?
demanding when
Zero?
they
Or
entered the
what,
Great
Zero?
Hall together. You have one of my Kingsguard, my good brother, shackled like a prisoner. My children are locked in their rooms. Explain yourself at once.
Since when does Robert care about Jamie?
He doesn't.
Since 5 minutes ago, when the author said, "Hey, let's have Robert say this."
Writer
No.
needs him to be angry, so it's just throwing in anything she can at the wall.
I mean, He'd be plenty of angry once he finds out what this is about.
Yeah, but his base state is angry.
Fair enough, yeah.
That's my secret. Well,
No, Robert's
And yet the
base state is
explanation
not.
presents itself. Stannis waved them forward. The 4 stretcher bearers laid their burdens before the king. King Robert glared at his brother, but heaved himself out of his chair to lift the drapery off of the first body to reveal Queen Cersei with her father's sword in her breast. Gasps of shock resounded around the great hall. King Robert pulled the drapery off the second body with less care. Lord Tywin's head almost rocked off the stretch with the force of it. Jon knelt and laid Sir Barristan's sword on Lord Tywin's chest. What happened? The king demanded. When no one answered, Jon looked up to see King Robert staring down at him. I was leading your brother, Lord Stannis, to the top of the first keep to see the view above the northern wall. Lord Tywin and Sir Barristan had decided to join us. Near the top, I heard a noise I could not identify, where there should have been no noises at all. Lord Tywin seemed to recognize it. It made him furious, and he kicked down the door to the nearby chamber.
How does he recognize the sound of Jaime and Cersei having sex?
So
I don't know, man.
A, he recognized his children's voices. B, he knows what sex sounds like.
What voices? Were they talking?
And C, Jaime and Cersei were caught together when they were younger, remember?
Yes, but I don't think Tywin ever found out about that. That was just their mother that found out.
Whatever. If he hears their voices and they're having sex, then it doesn't take a genius.
Yeah. They don't have to be saying anything.
When you say voice, that doesn't mean words. That could also mean grunts, moans, screams, whatever.
Yeah.
Would you say that's better, Everpeach?
Yes, I would. Also, Myth, I need to get the skin you're using for AO3 at some point, because the normal dark skin sucks.
Oh, I'm not using a skin. I have an extension.
Motherfucker.
I just use Dark Reader forehead. It turns everything dark.
Yeah. This just makes all of my pages dark mode.
Hey, Zero, how you like that picture?
Actually, I wonder what Dark Reader would do to StreamYard. I'll have to try that later.
I'll take a screenshot of it in a minute.
All right.
Or once I'm done reading, I will.
It makes it dark.
That, or I'll just switch what screen I'm sharing to my StreamYard.
No shit, Everpeach.
Yeah, no, it's on StreamYard though right now. Like I can see what it does.
Yeah, but I'm wondering more along the lines of, are the menus still readable, usable, etc.? I'll have to test it on my own. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And this is just what the main part of it looks like.
I mean, everything's been readable and usable on my end, so.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I'm not sure I'd call what I made cursed.
Yeah, no, I would not call that cursed.
Someone's adding me.
By the time Sir Barristan and I entered the room, Lord Tywin's blade was in the Queen's chest. Sir Barristan took Lord Tywin's head in accordance with his just duties as a member of the Kingsguard, and Sir Jaime was left with his cock out.
What?
Yep. He was left with his pee-pee out.
Stannis, it is true, your grace. We were going to see the view from the top of the keep and found Sir Jaime in sexual congress with his sister, your wife,
What?
Queen Cersei.
Sexual congress? Okay.
Sir Barristan? Sir Barristan took a knee and bowed his head. My king, it is true. I struck down Lord Tywin for attacking our queen, but I was too late to save her life. I failed you, my king. Forget that, King Robert spat. Were they fucking?
Oh, they fucking.
Unfortunately, Barristan sighed. Yes, my king. The king turned his glare on Sir Jaime. How long have you been fucking my wife?
Oh, God.
For as long as I can remember, Sir Jaime shrugged. Clearly, he knew he was going to die with his father already dead, and saw no harm in being truthful, since we were little more than children.
Wait. They weren't having sex, to my knowledge, by the time Joanna caught him. That didn't happen until
They were
later.
fooling around, but they hadn't quite gotten that far yet.
From what I know, it's like they only really started having sex after Robert called out Lyanna's name on the marriage bed. And then Cersei went
We
to
don't
Jaime.
actually know specifically. We do know that Cersei was 100% going to be faithful until that point, but we don't know if she had been doing anything with Jaime before then.
Yeah.
Also,
Because
Robert
the
wouldn't care who's
reason that
fucking
Jaime
Cersei.
became a Kingsguard was because Cersei thought she was going to be Rhaegar's queen, and so she convinced him that it would be better for him to be a Kingsguard.
And Mandalore, what were you saying?
I'm sorry, but Robert wouldn't care who Cersei is fucking.
I mean, he would care that someone was taking what was his.
And especially if it was her own brother.
Yeah.
Robert
Like
is
he
kind of
does he 100% does not care about Cersei, but the fact that she is his, he would care if someone was taking what was his.
No, their mother was still alive. She died when she was giving birth to Tyrion. But how much older are Jaime and Cersei than Tyrion? Because I know, even though I don't know much about Game of Thrones, I do know that their mother was the one who caught them.
Cersei was of
Old enough that
marrying
Cersei
age
almost
when
pinched
Tyrion
off
was
Tyrion's
born.
cock.
That doesn't narrow it down that much. That's what.
Cersei was of marrying age because that's why Oberyn and Elia were touring, looking for either a wife for Oberyn or a husband for Elia.
So at least
Yeah,
14,
okay.
probably.
So in 272 AC, so in 273, Joanna's servant caught Jaime and Cersei together, engaged in some sort of sexual activity. Joanna sent the maid away, moved Jaime's chamber to the other side of Casterly Rock, and put a guard outside of Cersei's chamber. She then warned her twins that they must never do such a thing again, or else she would be forced to tell their father. And no,
then she died.
Cersei would be like 7 years old at this time, because she was she was born 266, so 6 or 7 years old.
What are you trying to say?
Oh no, yeah. When they were caught doing this, I mixed it up, but no, still like 273 is when Tyrion was born. So unless they were betrothed, like marriable age at like 7 or 8, she wasn't quite that age yet. More like betrothal age. Because Myth was saying that Cersei was already at marriable age when Tyrion was born.
How old was she when Tyrion was born? Because you kind of talk a lot and confuse me.
At least 6 or 7.
He did not volunteer the information John had saved him specifically to share, however. So John did it for him. Are Queen Cersei's children yours or King Robert's? John asked. What? King Robert and Sir Jaime demanded together. John gave King Robert wide eyes. I was thinking about the Kingsguard's vows. Protect the king from harm or threat, John quoted. He killed the first king he served, so that is a failure to keep his vows. He holds no lands, and as far as I know, Sir Barristan had no complaints about his obedience before today, so we can count those as kept, I suppose. But serve the king's pleasure. It was not the king's pleasure we caught him serving. That counts as failure. As a
So if it was like fucking Robert, it would be A-okay, but
maintain chastity. Clearly a failure, the king agreed. That leaves the fathering of children. If he has been laying with Queen Cersei their entire lives, well, King Robert demanded of Jaime. Jaime looked away. Your king asked you a question, Sir Barristan rumbled threateningly. Are you a Kingsguard or not? Jaime took a deep breath and nodded.
What?
Still not looking at anyone. Joffrey, Myrcella, and Tommen are mine. My children. My blood.
What? Jaime would never.
Oh, it gets worse.
Jaime would have been like,
Rise,
maybe
Snow.
one of them
The
It gets
king ordered
worse.
him. Rise, Snow. The king ordered him, and he complied. Come, be my hand for a moment, my lord.
my
What?
lord, what the fuck?
The what?
This is great. Thank you. Thank you for this.
I feel like shouldn't Robert be talking to Stannis and being like, Stannis, come over here and be my hand for a moment?
Nope, he's
Nope,
telling
this is-
John to be his hand.
I know, it's like it's just so stupid.
John
It's
is
like,
now hand of the king, okay? There
John
is
is now
Slap in
hand of the king.
face.
Oh,
Poor
my
fucking
God.
Cautiously,
Stannis.
John took the seat King Robert had patted with his right hand. What would you do with this mess? John took a moment to contemplate the question. There are many issues before us. Clearly, Sir Barristan was simply doing his duty, did not senselessly murder the lord of a great house. But he is an honorable man. I would assure him that he did nothing wrong, and that he maintains your trust to assuage his conscience. King Robert turned to Sir Barristan and gave him a nod. Rise, Sir Barristan, and stand with me. Here on my left. Guard me, my most loyal knight.
Oh, God. This is terrible.
Thank you, my king. Sir Barristan rose and took the position as instructed. Second, Sir Jaime. Clearly, he has committed treason and broken his vows as a king's guard. You have little choice but to either take his head or send him to the Night's Watch.
No. He can ask for a trial by. Why is he not asking for a trial by combat?
I mean, Jaime could ask for trial by combat, but Jaime hasn't been given a chance to yet. So
Also, possibly he doesn't care anymore.
yeah, at this point, Cersei's
Even if
dead.
Jaime lost all will to live, his entire identity is tied up in his swordsmanship. He would still want to die with a sword in hand.
We'll see.
He's probably waiting to see what they're gonna do with him, and if they decide to kill him, he'll request a trial by combat.
Or not.
Yeah, or not. I also don't see him wanting to go to the Night's Watch either, but if he cannot keep his vows as a Kingsguard, he will not keep them in the Watch, King Robert argued. Perhaps. But once the vows of the Night's Watch are made, a man's past dies and he begins anew. So past broken vows and crimes will not matter. Nothing would count, so to speak, save keeping his vows to the watch. John glanced at his uncle Benjen. Benjen stepped away from the wall of the great hall. My nephew speaks truly, your grace. With his skills and training, Sir Jamie would have a great deal to offer the watch. And if he decided to abandon his vow to the watch, Ned will be waiting to take his head, King Robert agreed. And the children? John hesitated. Children do not ask to be born. They are not guilty of their parents' crimes. However, we cannot allow any questions in regard to the crown's succession. I suggest we have them formally declared bastards,
Can I just
as
say,
that is what they are.
What the?
can I just
Further,
make a
the
statement?
boys should be given a choice: the wall, the citadel, or the faith. Any of the three will allow them to live good lives in service to the realm, while removing all possible claim they might have to the throne.
They no
What?
longer have any claim.
This is the same. He's talking to the same fucker who was absolutely gung ho about the fact that the Targaryen kids were killed, and
Oh,
thought
yeah.
it was a good thing.
And why would they not have more options than that? Go to Essos and be sellsword. There are so many other options.
Because I don't
They-
know, fucking Golden Company or some
Mandalore.
shit.
Yes, that is an option, but it is not an option that would resolve any issues of succession.
That's resolved
they
by
go-
the king saying,
if
"Hey,
they
you
were-
can't inherit."
If they were to go to Essos, they could still eventually drum up support and come back to try and lead a coup.
But why is the faith in there? He got a
Because
mission from the
John
gods
doesn't
to
fucking worship
dismantle
the
it.
Seven, but that's what the author is trying to push or something. I don't fucking know. Like, it's confusing.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
stupid.
understand why the faith is there.
Nobody
Like the
does.
faith, like becoming a septa would be an option for Marcella.
Fucking Tommen somehow manages to become like the fucking high
The High Sparrow. Tommen
Yeah,
becomes
like,
the High
ends up-
Sparrow.
drumming up crusade.
And the wall, why would John list that? He knows how miserable it is there. Good lives?
And the princess? What of Marcella? Dead men cannot claim legitimized bastards, so we cannot legally make her Tywin's child. John considered the problem. Unless she prefers to give herself to the faith, I suggest we legitimize her as Lord Tyrion's daughter and the heir to Casterly Rock.
Why? Why would you do this? Just send her away to the Silent Sisters or
That's
whatever.
not even how it works.
Yeah.
Like,
It
what?
works how he says it works, okay?
No.
It works how he says it works. He's the king.
What
he
are you,
says-
myth? Yeah, he's not the king though. It's fucking John saying this.
John is the hand of the king right now, though. John's words have weight at this moment.
Oh,
But
look at
why?
what comes next.
Despite his children's crimes, it would be a mistake to set Lord Tywin's great house against the crown. Making Marcella the future lady of Casterly Rock will keep the blood of the Lannister main line alive and in power.
You know, ignoring the others that are from the main line.
By ignoring the fact that Tyrion still has a chance to marry and have children.
Yeah,
Ignoring just basic fucking common sense in this period.
and Lancel Lannister is still from the main line.
He's not a main line, he's a cousin. The main line is from Tywin to Jaime, Cersei, and Tyrion.
I also want you guys to remember Marcella is what, 8?
Yeah, she's younger than Sansa right now.
Yep.
Lannister main line alive and in power, but we will betroth her to a loyal lad to end future rebellions before they begin. Sir Roland Storm, perhaps. Or, if you prefer a boy of an age with her, my brother, Brandon Stark, is not yet betrothed. Attempting to betroth a bastard to the daughter of a great house.
Yep.
Yeah. What the fuck?
An unlegitimized bastard, I should say.
Yep.
Because she is going to be a legitimized bastard.
Yep.
A great story.
Lord Tyrion, the king called. The imp left his seat and walked forward. He shook his head at his father and sister's bodies before he met Jon's gaze. I take this to mean I am now Lord of the Rock and Warden of the West.
Jesus Christ.
He would take. Well, I guess no. Yeah.
You wouldn't know. You haven't read the story or seen the show.
I've seen a little bit of it. Okay. But no, yeah, he doesn't like Cersei too much. But I think he'd at least take a second.
Any human would take a second.
Exactly.
Lord of the Rock, Jon agreed. Unless the king objects, of course. The rest we shall see. They both looked to the king, but Robert just rolled his eyes and waved them off. They silently took that as agreement. Then yes, I would agree to taking Myrcella as my legal issue and betrothing her, preferably to Brandon Stark. One legitimized bastard is quite enough in one marriage, I should think. As long as Lord Stark agrees that his son will take the Lannister name upon his marriage to my new daughter, all of this scheming to save House Lannister would be for naught.
Why is Robert,
if the name changed to Stark in a few years?
Why is Robert going along with this? He should be blowing up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Noah, Tywin's will does not matter because Tywin died as a traitor. He died as a queen slayer.
A kinslayer.
Yeah, and a kinslayer. Like, he's doubly cursed before the gods.
I'm sorry, he's doubly cursed like by the gods, and the gods are the only fucking reason he was there in the first place. That's gotta be the funniest shit ever. It's like imagining him like going, like waking up in front of the like halls of the dead, and the gods are just like, yeah, we kind of fucked up. We do some trolling here.
I would agree to that, Your Grace. Works for me, Robert nodded. Ned? The man that raised him stared at the king for an extended period before he nodded.
Ned is here? Why the fuck did he call for Jon then?
And Ned's just been ignoring this the entire time.
Yeah, Ned, this is the first any Stark has spoken other than Benjen.
He's just been in the corner smoking that good shit.
Robb is my heir. I have Recon as the spare should our fates require it, and my wife is not yet past bearing. I agree to betrothing Brandon to Myrcella, daughter of Tyrion Lannister, on the condition that she will remain heir to Casterly Rock, regardless of what other marriages or children Lord Lannister should have in the future. See, at least Ned is thinking.
But my question is, why is Tyrion now getting fucked over?
Right. What did Tyrion do that he's not like his children, actual children, are not allowed to inherit? Of course, Lord Tyrion agreed easily. Jon assumed that ease related to the complete lack of interest Tyrion had shown in wedding the entire time Jon had known him.
Watch it be that Tyrion is actually gay in this fic, or some shit like that.
Oh no.
Oh God.
And before you say, "Oh no, it can't work," because he's like, he has a wife or a romance in the books. So remember, this is the person who writes fucking Hawkeye and Tony Stark together. So
Sounds like you want to read that story.
I don't.
You keep bringing it up, so I think you do.
No.
Yeah, he definitely does. Don't listen to him.
It's character evidence.
I'm so
all right.
disappointed in you.
Fuck you guys.
Will she foster in the North? Lord Ned asked. I believe that is a matter for you and Lord Tyrion to discuss as fathers, Lord Stark. Jon cut the conversation off before the king could get involved.
What?
Remember, Jon is hand of the king right now. He does have that right.
He has
He has the right to interrupt the High Lords at the moment.
He's the hand of the king. You better kneel.
Personally, I would suggest retiring Myrcella to Casterly Rock under the care and tutelage of Sir Kevin, while Bran remains in Winterfell for training until he is at least 16.
What? At least.
Yeah, at least. What's wrong with that?
I take that to mean I will not be going back to the Rock? Tyrion asks sassily.
Sassily.
Do you want to go back to the Rock? I am willing, Lord Tyrion squinted at him, but I am also curious to hear where else I might be that my uncle would take on the training of my heir. Surely a trip to the Wall will not take so long that I cannot see my own daughter comfortably home.
And now he has adopted Myrcella completely as his own flesh and blood daughter.
the hell.
No hesitation, no regrets, nothing.
No records.
No regrets.
You would be in King's Landing. Where else would the hand of the king reside?
What? What? What?
He's now
the
hand of the
fuck?
king.
Wait, is he talking? Is this John talking?
This is Jon talking.
What the fuck?
This is Jon talking to Tyrion. He made them hand of the king, just like
What
that.
the- Man, John is fucking ambitious. Like, he's not going to stop at Hand of the King. He wants to be king.
I mean, this is absolute evidence of that.
Dude, I'm just comparing in my head. The fucking, did any of you guys ever read the Arthas fic in Game of Thrones, where it's like Arthas is reborn as Arthas, the Lich King from Warcraft.
Oh no!
Is reborn
Who?
as the son of
Who?
I've never played Warcraft, so I don't know.
You don't even
Me
at
neither.
least know who Arthas is?
Nope.
I've never played fucking Warcraft.
I'm not
or
a
World of Warcraft.
nerd like you're a nerd.
Have
I'm
you
a
guys
more,
seen the
more-
cinematic
I'm more of a
trailers?
casual nerd.
Dude, have you seen the you know that scene where the Night Lord like is assaulting the wall or like massing his troops and like the dragon flies overhead?
Night Lord?
The Night
You mean
King.
the Night King?
I'm sorry, I confused it with the fucking Night Lords from Warhammer for some reason. But like the Night King is massing his army and the dragon flies overhead, like he's stoning the dead and shit. That's copied.
Dragonflies?
Yeah, there's a scene in Game of Thrones that's copied from the trailer for the fucking Frozen Throne, I think, right, Mandalore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frozen what?
Yeah, there's a scene in Game of Thrones that is copied from World of Warcraft.
I'll take your
One of
word
the
for it.
trailers.
World of what?
Here, this is
I'm going to be
Arthas.
hand to the king. Both of Tyrion's eyebrows shot up in evidence of his amusement. I suppose it would be the best service I could offer the realm to save my family name from utter ruin. You were trained by your father, who was the most successful hand the realm ever knew, and you are twice as clever.
What?
And think, how furious would the old lion be to have his family nearly ruined by his golden son, only to be saved by his bane. Tyrion chuckled. There is a certain poetic justice in that. I want Ned as my hand, King Robert objected. Winter is coming and soon, Jon said as respectfully as he could. He did not want his father in King's Landing. Not ever if he could help it. The only place the Lord of Winterfell goes in winter is further north. That is his first duty to the realm.
I didn't mean to put it twice.
Even if he agreed and went south with you as your hand, he would resign and return to the north before the first winter snows fell. History showed us that in Cregan Stark. Robert huffed but did not argue. And think how much Cersei would hate Lord Tyrion being the Lannister. Her golden daughter going down in history as his. Him taking the place of her perfect father. King Robert chuckled. Is it not satisfying? All right, off with you. The king waved him away. Lord Tyrion, your chair is here.
Is here.
His here, yeah. Shortest reign as hand of the king ever.
I don't know what to feel.
Jon is officially the shortest reigning hand of the king in history.
Are you sure?
He only reigned for a few minutes.
Yeah, but what if someone was assassinated immediately after they got the title?
I mean, it's possible, but
I was like, Mandalore is jealous of Jon.
I mean, we joke about Rising Sun Jon being so awesome, but this Jon has already surpassed him. It's chapter 1 and he's already been Hand of the King.
Yeah, but Rising Sun Jon has fucking glorious Nippon steel. Jon will never get that.
Yeah, but this Jon didn't need glorious Nippon steel to achieve anything.
Can you truly say you have achieved anything if you don't have glorious Nippon steel, though?
Yes, you can.
A good point.
My king, Jon and Tyrion both bowed before exchanging positions. Well done, lad, Lord Stannis told him as he drew close. Another idea occurred to Jon, and he turned back to the king. What about Lord Tywin's head? What about it? King Robert asked. I understand that you hate Targaryens in general, and Prince Rhaegar in particular. But his wife was Princess Elia Martell of Dorne. Her children were of Dorne, and Lord Tywin had them brutally murdered. What would you do, Lord Stannis, if a man had ordered such done to your wife and child as was done to Princess Elia and her children? I would kill him, Lord Stannis admitted for all to hear. And all the men that participated in that vile act would either die or take the black. And would you ever let it go? If the man that ordered your family's death still lived? Not while I drew breath. Historically, the relationship between the crown and Dorne has never been as strong as the crown's relationships with the other great houses. Jon said to King Robert directly. The Stormlands' relationship with Dorne is even worse. Lord Tywin's head has already fallen. Why not use it to buy goodwill with Dorne? We lose nothing in the attempt, and what does Dorne value above family and revenge?
They lose
Nothing,
a lot in
Lord...
the attempt. The other great lords would not be okay with this.
Yo, yeah, they'd be like, "Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, what the
Guys."
fuck are you doing? This is not okay.
They'd be like, "Oh my gosh, Robert just fucking murdered Tywin and his king and his queen. Like, this bastard is the hand of the king. Robert's obviously gone insane."
Yeah, like Robert has obviously gone more insane than even the Mad King.
I like how Tyrion is probably not gonna argue against this in any way.
Right?
Maybe my father should be entombed in Casterly Rock as his father and his own father, and etc.
Nothing, Lord Stannis agreed. Brother, I suggest you take this course. The opportunity to strengthen the peace of the realm cannot be overlooked.
Immediately after Stannis suggested it, Robert would shoot it down just for that.
Yep. Robert is that spiteful.
Yes, he is.
Lord Tyrion, King Robert asked. Well, I find the practice of passing severed heads about like a holiday parcel to be barbaric. I cannot argue that Dorne does not cherish revenge, or that strengthening the crown's bonds with Dorne would not be wise or good for the king's peace. Do it. King Robert waved at Tywin's body. Preserve it in something. Take the fastest ship.
Notice that he's like, yeah, he doesn't even refer to them as family in this fucking paragraph. You think it would be like, yeah, you know, as the new Lord of Casterly Rock, I do have some valid concerns about this course of action.
We want it recognizable when it gets there, or the gesture is lost. Stannis signaled several of his men to step forward. Sir Roland Storm was the first to comply. If you were legitimate, Stannis told him softly, though his words still carried, I would demand Lord Stark betroth you to my Shireen.
Whoa.
Damn.
The fuck? This person writing this is an idiot. Seriously, do they even
So it is the fic I was thinking of. Oh my lord, keep going.
Good thing you didn't say anything.
To the seven hells with that! King Robert roared before Jon could make a smart remark about how his legitimacy would make him the heir of Winterfell, and therefore not in any way eligible to wed the Lady Shireen. Kneel, Snow! Startled, Jon knelt where he stood. And rise, Prince John of House Baratheon, the first
What
of
the
your
fuck?
name, heir to the Iron Throne.
What the fuck is this bullshit? What the hell? This is the stupidest shit.
No, this John is better than Rising Snow. Not Rising Sun.
First
John.
chapter, and he's already recognized as Prince of the Realm.
He hasn't even
What
needed
the
to draw
hell
a
is this?
weapon.
Absolute fucking trash. That is the stupidest shit.
This is amazing. Amazing writing. Amazing talent here.
It's
displayed.
even halfway. It's not even like halfway through the first fucking chapter. It's like not even barely a quarter of the way through.
Yeah, this is perfect fiction for Peach.
What the hell, dude? I read your shit, so if you're saying that my taste is trash, you're also shit talking your own stuff.
People read anything, honestly. Doesn't matter if my thing's
I have
in there.
very exacting tastes for the most part.
Wait, if he's getting betrothed to Stannis' daughter, who I have to bring up is what? 7?
This is the scene that made me choose this fic. Ryal is correct.
Prince John of House Baratheon, the first of your
Ryle,
name,
how
heir
the
to the
hell did
Iron
you
Throne.
find this trash?
Ryle finds many things.
There is a reason he is called the bad fic connoisseur.
I'm in awe of your skills, my lord.
He's been showing us excerpts for ages. I had to make the channel just for him.
Northern cheers echoed throughout the great hall as Jon stood, and he one thought echoing through his head.
Oh, fuck.
one word really, and that word was fuck.
Okay, shit. For a second, I thought Mandalore's "oh fuck" was actually the actual thing going through his head.
As well, I mean, it is half of that.
It's close. Yeah, it's close.
That is chapter 1 completed.
Are you going through all 30,000 words right now, or?
No, I'm cutting it off there. We're already at 2.5 hours.
Gosh.
That was ridiculous.
What a fucking trip. What the hell?
I enjoyed this more than Rising Sun.
Wait. Oh no, we can't read comments yet. When we finish the actual first chapter, we'll read comments.
Oh gosh.
No, what you can do, you can show us the profile of the writer.
Yeah, I can.
That fic is something special.
Certainly special, all right.
Yeah, Peach enjoyed it.
Fuck you, Zero.
It's exactly.
I will
his
have
taste.
I will have vengeance.
I mean, it's exactly Peach's taste.
Go fuck
I know.
yourself.
That's why I said it.
Why are you bullying me?
Because it's fun.
They have 18 works.
Sure, let's look at them.
Look at that fucking profile picture.
Please have an Aragon.
They've got Breaking the Faith, which is what we're reading.
And restricted for some odd reason.
Scars from Tomorrow, which is an MCU fic.
The one that Peach is fascinated with.
Is it? I don't know. I think they have multiple MCU fics.
This one is past Clint Barton, Laura Barton, past Steve Rogers, Bucky Barnes, Clinton Barton, Natasha Romanoff, one time Bucky Barnes, Clint Barton, Natasha Romanoff.
What the fuck?
One time Thor, Clint Barton. One time Clint Barton, Tony Stark.
Hawkeye is very as a fuckboy.
Bucky Barnes, Clint Barton. Bucky Barnes, Clint Barton in game.
Peach, did you write these?
No, fuck you. I would never write.
Major character death, temporary. Minor character death, permanent. Bad. Canon level violence, time travel, fix it, explicit sex, magical healing bottom, Clint Barton.
Oh my god.
Canon level science, discussion torture, discussion self-harm, discussion child abuse, discussion rape, discussion slavery, kidnapping.
I think Peach liked the magical healing bottom.
Part 1 of Light 'em Up.
Oh, it's a part 1 of a series.
Meant to Live, Teen Wolf, Numbers and Leverage.
What the hell?
No idea what any of these are.
Me neither.
Numbers is an old detective show from the early 2000s. I remember because my fucking family used to watch it.
That one is
where people. Were
this one is 53,000 words in 2 chapters. This one is 55,000 words in 2 chapters. 2020 Trope Bingo Card 1. MCU, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, NCIS, Olympus Has Fallen, Criminal Minds, Star Trek Alternate Original Series.
Movies,
yes. 45,000 words in 17 chapters. How many tags does
I want to see what Queen D is.
Queen D. Teen Wolf.
Oh God!
I don't know.
For something a little more spicy.
No,
a Stark reaction.
Those are both dudes, and it's Queen D.
A Stark reaction. MCU and the Losers. 13,000 words, 1 chapter.
Okay, that description. Besides, why does that have an R after shield? Is not bad. That could be a good idea for a fic.
Hydra.
They're combining Shield and Hydra.
That is so stupid.
Because Shield got taken over by Hydra.
But Tony reacting to the fact that Steve gets arrested on live TV could be a good idea for a fic.
Seeing Through to Your Soul, MCU SG1.
Oh, we need to read it.
Put it on the
61.
list.
60,000 words, 2 chapters.
You thought you were gonna get away.
60,000 words, 2 chapters.
You thought
What
you
are the
were gonna
additional
get away.
tags?
Nick, you have to put it on the list.
One time Tony Stark, Clint Barton, Sharon Carter. Clint Barton, Tony Stark, Phil
look at
Coulson,
the one-
Melinda May, Daniel Jackson, Jack O'Neill.
Who are they? Oh, it's
Ugh.
Target.
Really, Peach?
No, I was confused because I was thinking it was more fucking MCU characters than I remember.
No, those are SG.
Yeah, those are SG1.
No additional tags. I want to see if Teal'c is in here.
This person really likes.
I'm not
disgusting rape
seeing
and reports her.
Teal'c. There's Teal'c.
No. Oh, okay, never mind. Just his name. It's not Teal'c and Apophis or some crap.
No, there is no Teal'c pairing.
That'd be hilarious.
That's for their next
Canon
pick,
typical
probably.
violence, major character death off screen, discussion of torture, discussion of rape, BDSM, Dom Tony Stark, sub Clint Barton, Switch Sharon Carter, Dom Steve Rogers, sub Darcy Lewis, Clint gets collared, he likes it, fuck what MCU did to Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, fantasy fulfillment, Nazis kicked off the planet.
Nazis kicked off the
Yes,
planet.
there's nothing
The
like.
hell is
the-
she on about?
It's virtue signaling. Not that Nazis are fucking good or anything. Like, don't misquote me on that.
Well, what was
It's
she
just that
talking
they-
about? That
Saying that
were-
Nazis got kicked off the planet.
So we just sent
The Nazis were sent through the Stargate.
Or some shit.
Oh.
No, I bet it's actually like they get kicked off the planet or they just get all killed in this fic.
Yeah, like they get kicked off the planet. They get sent through the Stargate and trapped on another world.
Isn't that what happens? In
Handler, are
Agents of
you alright?
though?
Yeah. Why?
Sounded like you were hitting something.
Right on target, a
No,
shadow
Hitting the
hunter.
bauble
stick.
after reading these fics.
Shadow hunters. Oh no. No.
Shadowhunters.
I don't know.
Memory demon. Memory demon. The hell is that?
The memory demon revealed something to Jace he's always wanted, but had never imagined could be his. Now he just has to reach out and catch it.
Noah, we're not gonna read anything anymore tonight. It's been almost 3 hours.
Codename Talon. MCU, X-Men, all media types.
Oh, look at those pairings. Logan and Storm. That
Logan Storm, Jubilee, Kitty Pryde, and Gambit Rogue.
Wait,
Also, it's
another
only
lock
700
fiction.
words.
Gambit Rogue is a canon pairing.
It's also only 700 words. That's like ridiculously short.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there was a comic where Wolverine and Storm got together as well.
If there was, it was a one-off because those two do not go together.
Also, I don't know if you guys checked the website, but the fucking fan art and art they're talking
Whose
about,
website?
the website for this person, fucking Sadria Wolf, but the art and fan art she's talking about is literally just copied pasted pictures from the TV shows. It's not art.
Yeah, we looked at that right at the beginning.
Did you see like the rest of the art though? You just looked at the
Yeah,
Game of
I
Thrones
looked at
art, right?
I looked at the art.
Okay.
Generous,
So-
a Harry Potter fanfic. Harry Potter Percy Weasley pairing.
What the?
WCF, Hello from the Other Side. Star Trek alternate original series movies and talent series. Anne McCaffrey. The Big Short. Stargate Atlantis, Inception, Harry Potter, NCIS, Criminal Minds, Hannibal, MCU, SG-1, and Star Trek.
Good lord.
It's fucking trash. Oh my goodness.
Favorite?
look, Sirius Black
original female-
Yeah, so that's probably their
Stress Relief,
self-insert.
a Naruto fic.
Oh gosh.
Kisame
that's-
and Itachi.
Oh,
Oh, that disturbs me.
look how the massacre. Look how the
Weapons of
massacre
mass
my boy.
mass distraction. NCIS, the Sentinel, and the A-Team. We can always leave. Kingsman, the Secret Service, and James Bond. Take the plunge. Star Trek and the Sentinel.
Wait. James Bond Q. Which fucking Q is this? Is this old woman Q?
Oh God.
It says Craig movies.
You know what I realized?
What?
I went to her website and I was just scrolling down and I found a subscription button to her blog.
Yeah, I saw that.
It has 655 other subscribers.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
How do you feel about that? Let me know. How do you feel knowing that some random with really crappy fanfics has more subs than you do?
I figured once I get
Guide
set,
search,
I can easily get past
Stargate Atlantis, the Sentinel, and SG-1. Ronan Dex, John Shepard.
Oh God.
Jack O'Neill, Teal'c.
Oh, my boy.
Look at how they massacred my boy.
In my culture, I would be well within my rights to dismember you.
I should have gave you that one. Right, I'll start putting them in the dumpster fires.
Okay.
That was a trip.
A trip and a half.
I honestly have no better way to put that.
Awful. I feel violated.
I was sort of hoping they'd have an inheritance cycle fanfic.
It's bad enough that they had so many SG-1 fics.
Inheritance cycle SG-1 crossover.
I mean, that in itself is not bad.
With Teal'c
I
X
find that most inheritance cycle crossovers either don't really go that long, or they're just not like, I don't know. Most of the ones that I've found aren't really to my taste. Like, if you can recommend some, Myth, not Zero, because I feel like Zero will just troll the shit out of me.
It's like
I've only read
the magic of inheritance cycle could easily be explained by what we see the ancients do.
I found one that it was turning out good until they overpowered guns and made magic and inheritance cycle weak as fuck.
If they're being asked a question.
It was an inheritance cycle Halo crossover.
Noah, maybe I could join the call next time. Yeah, sure. I didn't think to ask you this time, but I'll give you a link next time.
I know there's an inheritance cycle Lord of the Rings crossover I've been reading where it's Gandalf gets placed in inheritance cycle.
Ugh.
That's actually really good because he's still like staying his mentor role. So it's Gandalf the Grey, not Gandalf the White. And it's like touching on differences between elves and shit, between Tolkien and inheritance cycle.
Yeah. I think
Gandalf is so powerful that there's no suspense to that.
It's still fun to read, and also remember, Gandalf isn't usually the kind of flex his power. He lets the other people have their time. Like he encourages them. He teaches them. That's what Gandalf does. He could have easily like soloed most of the early problems in the Fellowship, but he didn't
because he was told he can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He literally had the restriction put on him by the gods.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like
in this fic, then he should be soloing everyone.
He is Gandalf the Grey in this fic, so he does have that restriction.
The Grey isn't what gave him that restriction.
No, but like he's sticking to that persona. He does have the restriction. He's not like going around fucking up everything. Like his stuff is at this point. I mean, I posted in Myth's channel if you want to take a look.
I implore you to reconsider.
There are parts that are questionable. Definitely parts that are questionable. But this person has had several fics where, like, he has another one where Gandalf ends up as the teacher of dark arts at Harry Potter, like Defense Against Dark Arts.